There's a big stigma around addiction. Most people do think it is a choice. They think if you just were strong enough, if you just had the willpower, if you just loved me enough, you'd stop.
Unfortunately, the world sees addiction as a sign of weakness, as something to be criticized.
Addiction isn't about weakness, it's about addiction.
People have lost their children and their lives, their homes, everything that they know and love due to this disease. That is not a choice. I've probably attended thousands of 12-step programs over the years, been to lots of volunteer support network groups, and what I've noticed is that it's just a struggle. It is just the hardest thing in the world to overcome. So as people notice the consequences in their lives from this disease, and they become so committed and say, I am not going to drink again, I am not going to do drugs again, and they do everything they can to help themselves, those cravings kick in. They're overwhelming, they are very powerful, and despite their best efforts, they are unable on their own to overcome those cravings. And before they know it, they've got a drink in their hand, or they're using drugs, and they don't know how they got there.
Many people go into a residential center because they relapsed frequently.
And the failure that the people feel that are trying to get clean and sober, the shame, the remorse, the guilt that they would experience, sometimes was so overwhelming they would just give up hope that they could ever become clean and sober.
I think the biggest myth is that once you have an addiction, the likelihood is that you won't recover.
Most people who try to stop drinking and using drugs have tried it 10 to 12 times before they ever are able to get sober, and often die from the disease trying to be sober.
The most difficult time to maintain sobriety is between the first 0 and 6 months.
MyLife Recovery provides the opportunity of craving-free living so that you can now focus on what you have to do to either build or rebuild your life.
The MyLife Recovery Center program is different.
I had heard about MyLife Recovery Centers, and it was almost too good to be true.
We treat the physical problems with addiction by use of the naltrexone implant.
I was really, really skeptical. So I went to go talk to the director of the program and learn more about it.
Naltrexone works by blocking the receptors in the brain which cause the cravings for alcohol and opiates.
With MyLife Recovery, it is phenomenal to me to watch the difference in that part of the process. It's almost like that first 90 to 120 days is completely taken out of the equation.
And the individuals are able to continue to live at home with their loved ones and also go about their daily jobs and their routines.
People come in for the consult, they hear about the program, they decide to go through with the procedure. Their experience and how they describe it to me, I've heard a few patients describe it in this way, is that it's almost like the voices that are in your head that tell you that you want to drink and use. It's like taking a TV remote and pushing the mute button.
In addition to the naltrexone implant, life coaching is the cornerstone of our program.
At MyLife Recovery, now that we're past the implant phase and we're beginning the coaching phase, we have a magnificent opportunity to focus on an individual plan.
Because this is a disease, just like any other disease, it is not your fault, but it is your choice to get treatment, and there is treatment out there. And that is what MyLife is here to do, is to help you with that treatment.
There's hope. This program offers hope.
Because we're here for support. Any of our clinics that you walk into for MyLife Recovery Centers, every single person there is to help you with every step of the way.